Hey everyone, this is Peter 24/7 with another WarDragons diary. So, today is Sunday, last day of the weekend. We're heading into the last day of fortification, have about 24 hours left in the event. As you all know, I finished my fortification, all of my building on Wednesday, and then I started getting very busy on Thursday. So I do apologize for the late vlog today. I actually hadn't slept much for the last few days, as you all know how busy we have been. But as things kind of slowed down and we got things under control and all of our European players on our team started getting on, I took a nap. So I was asleep for a few hours, and I usually make these videos at around 5 p.m. my time, but I went to bed at 4 p.m. and woke up a couple hours ago, so around 7 or 8 p.m. So I do apologize for the late video, but even though I was thinking of taking the day off from these vlogs, I decided it's very important. Let's log in and let's do it, because I'm sure people are curious as to our situation and what's happening. As you all know, yesterday we took a very big hit. Since season start, yes, we were overexposed. We took care of that issue. We were getting pounded everywhere. I know a lot of people are saying, what do you expect? You were exposed. But, we're not exposed anymore. And yesterday we got hit on all of our concealed castles because some teams have passage from every single, team in the game. So we were still very busy yesterday. I was up till very, 4 p.m. So I was up all night, fighting on our castles. Me and my fearless troops kept reviving and going as we went along. It was very funny, a lot of crazy things happening. We are doing very good in the revive event, and though we did take 2 bubbles earlier today, those cooldowns are just completing now, actually, and they haven't been too busy. So let's take a look at where we stand. So right now in the global ranking, we've been doing very well with the revives, right up there at the top. As you can see from these scores, on a troop build event, usually, if you see between 30 and 40 million, that's a pretty decent troop build event. But as you can see, some of these scores, like 81 million, 72 million, those are just insane numbers. So the activity of Atlas over the last 3 days has been unseen. So as you all know from my vlog yesterday, we did take a big hit. We did lose 3 concealed castles. I felt kind of bad because, the teams that actually did the most heavy lifting in that battle ended up not taking it, but it was a few teams that had already failed assaulting our castles. So I felt kind of bad that it wasn't the... It almost seems as though, someone else comes in, does a heavy lifting to finally do the damage needed to take certain castles, and then they just give it to you. So Big Brother helped. It happens. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm actually kind of happy now. Yesterday, I was very down. Lots of castles were lost. I walked away from a couple castles. I redid the castles, but after I sat down and did my assignments, I'm feeling a lot better about it. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. So they have continued to be hitting us. Like I said, they're going through all of our neighbor's passage. So, once we get this all under control, I'm going to start returning the favor. Two can play at that game. They're going to use our neighbors, giving passage to hit us. And, hey, we'll give passage to hit our neighbors in that sense. Those same players that put us through all this. So it almost gets to the point where, what worse can it get? We got hit on 17 locations non-stop. And, this isn't from being overexposed or too many gateways, because as you all know, yesterday all the gateways were gone. Oh, that's unfortunate. Whenever there's a defender and I go through with Kralos, even if it's enfeebled, sometimes one or two towers, make it through it. So I have to clean up a bit after that. I actually think I was late flying this base. But yeah, so regarding passage. So there was a lot of talk on the forums. I didn't even get involved. I saw the posting. It's unfortunate. It sucks. In the game, in the end, it is a game. So we lose it, we rebuild. I'm kind of actually enjoying this. So the and what are we if we don't try to fight it out? Yeah, they take our castles. We'll go find other castles. We'll conquer castles, and we'll just see how that goes. But with regards to us being overexposed, everybody knows, yeah, Project Ghost, we dropped a ton of our castles. We really concealed ourselves, at least the direct exposure. But now, if you look at these big teams that were hitting us and these big TAs, it's kind of interesting how you say it's our fault that we're exposed, but then, you come in and attack you coming in through our neighbor's passage to come and hit us by telling, these smaller teams give us passage or there's going to be repercussions, and you come in with millions to come and hit us. So like I said, the last few hours have been a little slower, so I'm not going to complain about it too much, because I'm going to make somebody upset, and then I'm going to have another sleepless night, which is the last thing we want, because yesterday it got to about 1 p.m. 2 p.m. and then my body was actually starting to shake. Wasn't cold or anything. It was a very beautiful day. But my body was actually starting to shake. I had my, charger. I was sitting beside my charger, having my phone charging while I was playing. Just in case I had to move, I had my portable charger on standby with batteries and everything. So, been a lot of fun. Yeah, it's kind of funny to look at these ranking where you see our team everywhere on there. But I'm not going to think about or talk about troops at this moment. I'm actually doing not that bad. I've been in worse situations. But I would like to say to my team, for anyone that's watching, I commend you on the stand that you've made. I know it's been a very rough 72 hours. I know that your revive pools have been fun managing, but working together, going through, taking shifts, and spending that extra time saving the remaining of our castles has been greatly appreciated. I know you've got to be tired of my tags by now, because I've been tagging the group, get reloading, and it's just been a process. So today, I don't really have anything I want to go over other than our situation in Atlas. We have the fortification. We never really talked about it, so I think I'm just going to wait. I didn't really have any time this weekend to sit and think about the event, let alone think about opening up anything. So if you see here in the seasonal line, 12,000. Once again, this boost for Necrix, that's going to go into next event as well. So we can talk about it then, because when Wednesday comes up and PvP shields go up, I may disappear off the face of the earth other than logging in to make my vlogs. So it's going to be a really big relaxed time for me and a really big planning time for me. So no new lines are being released next week, but we still have the Necrix. So I still have the 12,800 sigils. As you all know, I am waiting for the baseline in week 8, the tower branch line. So that one should have a boost as well, and everyone knows that. And I've said it in the past, I need the extra bars, so we're going to be, I was thinking of waiting for that. I need 37,500 for that. Once I get that, I start saving up once again for the festive branch, because I want the draconic chests. So I think I actually might wait, because I'm getting tired of building these extra towers on the side for merging. So this is a good tip. Elemental shards are tough to come by. So as you can see on my base, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flax. I've got these two, the Dracul pylon and the crystal howitzer. The crystal howitzer and the pylon take those electrum bars, and then these take shards, the elemental shards. And you know what? Elemental shards are getting pretty sparse. So I do sometimes have enough, depending on how it goes. But usually when it comes to when they start releasing the levels, they'll release 2 levels, and then they'll release 3 levels. So what I'll usually do is have to merge in some towers to get that last level on usually 1 or 2 towers. And if you get these fire turrets, and I'm constantly building these fire turrets and ice turrets outside of the fortification event, because the time is minuscule. You got like 10 hours, 1 day, 2 days, and I've got a month essentially to build it before the next fortification. But I don't speed it up, and I just leave it to build. And what I'll do is I'll level 1 level by just upgrading and using my timers. And then when it asks me for I'm very sorry. And when it asks me for electrum bars, or to ask me for the elemental embers, what I'll do is I'll take the fire turrets and ice turrets, and I will merge them in to skip that level. So if you don't know what that is, this is actually very good. If you look here, I've got a level 64 ice flak, and I've got a level 86 lightning. For example, if I were to go to here to upgrade, as you can see, I need 3,410 elemental embers for this. Now, I'm running low. I've got 75,000. Yeah, I've seen people who have less. I only have, the 6 flax that I have to worry about. But still, upgrading 6 flax 1 or 2 times every time they release the new levels, it gets pretty expensive. And I think you all know what I mean. So this is why I build those on the side. If you hit merge, you can go through, it'll show you everything that's on your base and in your storage. So if I were to click here, this would actually boost my ice flak tower to level 86. Now it does say here required XP. This will actually take away from the XP. So if you were, let's click on my bar here. So if you click on this, it'll say the experience for next level is 1.68 million. If I were to merge that, it said it's going to take 2.7 million XP to merge those towers together. It would say XP for next level would be, 4.3 million, because that 2.7 million is going to be subtracted from the amount of experience I have. Now, this is a good way. A lot of people are a higher level than they actually should be. So this is a way to keep your level back. It gets to a point, I'm level 584. You got players that are like level 630, 640. But it gets to a point where it doesn't really matter. As long as you are at a level that's big enough to breed the end game dragons, or you're big enough to build the final towers, it's not really, it doesn't really matter once you pass 550, because anything over 550, you give everybody an Atlas 100% glory regardless of where you are. So I wouldn't worry too much about your level at that point. Whether you stay for a while or you level up, it's just a number. What I am more concerned about is, the efficiency of my base. So we all know that I was overextended at one point. Before I did this vlog, a couple years ago, when they first came out with the merge, I went crazy. I had, in my storage, I was one of those players that you open up my storage and I had like literally 100 towers at level 46. And I just went crazy and merged everything. I went from, 7 full kill islands all the way down to 3, merging everything together. Took a big hit. It took me a while to gain another level because I merged everything, but these guys are relentless. It took a while. Oh, he's enfeebled. He's probably going to be cleared before he does anything. But it took a while for me to gain my next level. But, my base is better for it. We've been in a big battle against the top TA in the game. And, it feels kind of good being one of those bases that can drop these dragons that are flying them. Yeah, sure, not all the time, depending on the flyer. You get the occasional flyer that just kicks butt with their dragons. But for the most part, I'm content with my base. So I do recommend, seeing where you stand with bases. If you have a whole bunch of towers that kind of don't fit, or they're not maxed, and you can, hey, I was the one to clear it. I'm so happy about that. I'm sorry, whoever enfeebled them. I kind of jumped in and finished it for you. And my Primarch is dead again. So, yeah, consolidation is sometimes a good thing, not necessarily a bad thing. So, look at it, consider it. Can be frustrating at some point. Whenever you're rebuilding your base, there's always a drop. So if I were to take some towers, some people have, like 60 billion, but their bases are kind of easy to go through. The reason it's 60 billion is because you've got these towers contributing to that number, and you've built out so far. Oh, he's back. He's relentless. So sometimes I do not want to attack him with my trapper, but why not? We're going to do something foolish today. Hope nobody defends me. If I get 5 flames, it'll still be okay. Don't defend me. Oh my god. So there's only one thing I can do in a situation like this. Pray. I either hope that his run is faster than mine, and that my attack doesn't register because I'll probably die, or yeah, not getting 5 flames. Okay, so which way to prolong this the most? Okay, let's try this, guys. Let's see how long. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do too well. Oh dear. Let's see how we do. Wow, not bad. I'm actually living a lot longer than I thought I would be. Yeah. Let's see if he finished first or I finished first. Yeah. My attack finished first, so yeah, 5,000. Yeah, it's a shame. That's not the right one. Yeah, sometimes it takes a minute to load. It looks like I lost 5,000 troops, which is a number I can't really afford. But let's see if that can pull up. If the numbers aren't showing, just reload Atlas, take a look. Yeah, as you can see here, I lost a lot more than him. But I didn't lose everything, so hey, we will survive. Yeah. So when you're merging, it's not necessarily about the number. Whenever you're redoing your base, that number will drop. That's inevitable. It happens, and it usually takes maybe a month or 2 to recover, unless you're gonna drop like a lot of money into it, which you don't need to do. So don't pressure yourself into doing that. It takes patience, and you just gotta live through it. I know that it was just a random day today of me babbling, seeming kind of lost, but I would like to thank everybody for watching. If you have any questions or comments or topics that you'd like me to go over, please put them in the comments. I'd be happy to cover them in a future vlog. And don't forget to hit the like button and then hit subscribe. So once again, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Bye for now.